When StarCraft 2 was first released, many units' abilities and stats were very different from what we know now in Legacy of the Void. One such unit was so powerful that when combined with AoE or splash damage, entire armies would just disappear. Threatening to destroy the game as we know it, it invoked a powerful response from Blizzard. Let's replay that meta of the most dizzying strategy, known as Archon Toilet. The Archon Toilet was a strategy that was first developed by Protoss players to deal with late-game Zerg armies. At the time, the Protoss Mothership had 3 abilities. The first ability was the ability to cloak nearby units and buildings. The second was the ability to mass recall units to the Mothership, just like the Arbiter from Brood War. Final ability, the Vortex, created a black hole that would suck up any unit that was too close, friendly or otherwise, for 20 seconds. The units were unable to attack, unable to be targeted. They were essentially removed from play until the spell ended. Originally envisioned by Blizzard to force interaction during combat for both armies, but players had other uses for this strategy. When engaged with a large army, Protoss players would drop a Vortex on the largest part of your opponent's army to flush the enemy units. The follow-up involves something that was quite unexpected. The Protoss players would send their own Archons into the Vortex. Now, why would the Protoss players send their own Archons into a Vortex when they knew that they would be unable to attack any enemy units while inside? This strategy worked so well because when units finally left the Vortex, they would be clumped up together, which made for the perfect chance for massive splash damage, which just so happens to be Archon's specialty. By throwing enough Archons into the Vortex, you would instantly wipe out an enemy's army. Even without utilizing the Archons, Protoss players could still be able to destroy an entire Zerg army in a blink of an eye.
Everything getting sucked in. Oh, there's no Archons. Oh my god.
The Canadian Protoss player, Kiwi Kaki, showed us this power against the German Zerg player, X-Lord, in the Day 9 Daily, utilizing some well-placed Psionic Storm to one-shot X-Lord's army as it emerged from the Vortex. This playstyle created the ultimate feel-bad moment for Zerg players. An effective Archon Toilet often had the Zerg players instantly GGing and leaving the game. Even if they had a full economy and can rebuild their army, the frustration of having your army instantly destroyed was often too much for a Zerg player. They would rather GG than continue playing against this strategy. The community's outcry over this ability was heard by Blizzard. After all, both pros and casual players thought that the ability to instantly destroy an army was too strong. Citing bug fixes, Blizzard attempted to nerf the ability by making units that leave the Vortex invulnerable for 1.5 seconds in March of 2011. With the release of patch 1.3, many players in the community initially thought that the Archon Toilet would never be seen again. However, the pros at the time were a little bit more skeptical to the change. On State of the Game, In Control and Noni agreed with the community mentality that the Archon Toilet was a problem.
That's not bad. That's still... because it still bunches them up to a certain degree, and I think they still take, like, Colossus and Archon damage.
Yeah,
right?
I think there will still be a bit of splash going on there, more than they would normally get.
And Storm would be really good in that situation, too. Like, beastly good, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. It's not the Archon Toilet, but you know what? I think the Archon Toilet was pretty overpowered.
It's pretty broken, man.
But they didn't think that the change would stop Protoss players from utilizing the Vortex ability. Their predictions were correct. The Mothership's Vortex continued to prove a powerful ability. This was mainly due to the fact that when the units left the Vortex, they were still clumped up more than they would normally be. The 1.5 in-game seconds was just not enough time for units to be able to spread out to mitigate all of that splash damage that was coming their way. We get to see this in action 7 months later in October during IPL 3. Again, The Protoss player Kiwi Kaki continues to show the power of the Vortex when he faced off against the French Zerg player Stefano. After 54 minutes, with both players splitting the map in half and completely mining it out, we see Kiwi Kaki use the Vortex ability twice in quick succession.
The Mothership just getting a little bit aggressive. Oh, he got a second one! He got a second one!
The first time, he completely traps all of the ground forces. The second time, he traps all of the Broodlords. Stefano's strong late-game army was scary when both his ground forces and his air support fought together. Once separated by the Vortex, Kiwi Kaki was able to get close enough to destroy the Broodlords that had originally been protected by all the roaches, lings, and infestors. Even though this strategy was first developed to deal with Zerg armies, we soon witnessed that not even Terran was safe from the power of the Mothership and the Vortex ability. In May 2012, at the grand finals of the GSL, between Incredible Miracle MVP and Startail Squirtle, we get to witness the most iconic use of the Vortex. In another split map situation, the Protoss player Squirtle is facing down a maxed out Terran army of battle cruisers and ghosts.
He needs to get them in there. He cut down the Archons before it was time. And the Void Rays come out. And Archon goes in. Archon goes in. Get in there. Oh my God, what are we seeing? This is madness. Is he actually going to kill this army? Oh, the BCs are all going down. I can't believe what I just saw. Oh my God.
In January 2013, 2 months before Heart of the Swarm was released, Blizzard finally came to terms with the strength of the Vortex ability.
So this was not really the intent of that unit. I'm not sure the balance holds up in that rule. So I think for Heart of the Swarm, we're going to redesign the Mothership again to push it into a space where it's not really meant for hardcore esports play. And at the same time,
An ability that was so strong that their only solution was to remove it from the game completely. According to Blizzard, we removed the Vortex and added Time Warp to the Mothership because we feel that Time Warp is a lesser version of the Vortex, which we thought went too far in Wings of Liberty. That's all we have for this episode. Do you think that the Vortex could be revived in today's meta? Let us know in the comments. And good luck and have fun.